Yo, your boy's back, and today we're talking about an anime that's gonna make you want to hit the gym, or maybe just watch from the couch, because what happens to the main character is brutal. We're diving into the absolutely legendary classic, History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi. Now, everyone's hyped about MMA these days, right? UFC, crazy knockouts, fighters mixing jiu-jitsu with Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing. It's all about becoming a well-rounded beast. But what if you took that idea and cranked it up to the max? Like, what if some unlucky dude was forced to learn from 5 different legendary martial arts masters, all living under one roof, and each one was an absolute psycho in their own way? Well, that, my friends, is basically Shirahama Kenichi's life. He's not some chosen hero, he doesn't have a special power, he's just a total scaredy cat who gets pushed around. But then, he stumbles into the craziest dojo on the planet, and his life, along with his bones, gets completely rearranged. And trust me, it's hilarious, intense, and surprisingly heartwarming. So meet Shirahama Kenichi. He's your average high schooler, except he's weaker than a paper straw. He's got 0 friends, he's always getting bullied, and his only goal in life is to maybe, just maybe, not get punched today. He decides he wants to get strong, but he's basically built like Ash Ketchum. Then, out of nowhere, he meets this stunning transfer student named Miu. And get this, she's also a total beast who can send grown men flying with a flick of her wrist. Naturally, Kenichi, being the smooth guy he is, follows her home. And where does she live? Oh, just a legendary dojo called Ryozanpak, home to 5 living legends of martial arts. Kenichi thinks, cool, I'll train here, get a little strong, maybe impress Miu. Ha! Oh, you sweet summer child. What he actually signs up for is daily torture disguised as training. His masters aren't just teaching him, they're trying to accidentally kill him every single day. It's like a never-ending comedy mixed with intense martial arts lessons, and we, the audience, get to laugh at his pain. Let's be real, most anime heroes start off with some hidden power. Or they're super talented, right? Goku is Saiyan blood, Naruto has the 9 tails, Deku gets 1 for all. Kenichi gets nothing. He's got terrible natural talent, he's clumsy, he's scared, and he's often on the verge of crying. But here's the magic. Kenichi's superpower isn't some crazy energy blast. His superpower is pure, unadulterated stubbornness. He gets knocked down 100 times, and he gets back up every single time. He gets his bones broken, he gets scared stiff, but he refuses to give up. He's literally the definition of grit, and that's what makes him so relatable. We've all felt like the underdog, the weak one, the person who just wants to be strong, but just can't seem to get there. Watching Kenichi slowly, painfully, awkwardly get better, using his wits and literally everything he's got, is incredibly satisfying. He doesn't just win, he earns every single victory through sheer, brutal effort. You'll be cheering for him like crazy, even when he's still kind of a wimp. Okay, now let's talk about Miu. On the surface, she's this sweet, innocent, ridiculously cute classmate who looks like she'd float away in a strong breeze. But under that pretty exterior, she's a walking, talking weapon of mass destruction. Miu grew up in Ryozanpak, so she's been training since she was a baby. She's probably stronger than every other high schooler combined, and most adults too. Her fighting style is all about grace and precision, but also bone-shattering power. She's like a ballerina who can punch through concrete. But what makes Miu more than just a strong character is her heart. She's fiercely loyal, super protective of Kenichi, and genuinely kind. She often struggles with her own strength, wanting to be a normal girl, but her destiny is kinda wrapped up in the dojo and martial arts. The dynamic between her and Kenichi is gold. She's the unstoppable force, he's the immovable object, because he's usually stuck to the ground after a training session. They have this really sweet, unspoken connection that develops throughout the series. Alright, let's talk about the real stars of the shows, the 5 masters of Ryozanpak. These guys aren't just strong, they're living legends. Each a master of their own insane martial art, but they're also completely crazy, and their teaching methods involve pure, unadulterated torment for Kenichi. Think of them as the ultimate dysfunctional family, with Kenichi as their punching bag. They're meant to be terrifying, but they're also hilarious in their own unique ways. Akisame is the brain of the dojo, the master of jujutsu. He's super smart, always calm, and basically a mad scientist when it comes to training. His methods involve things like balancing on one finger, fighting invisible opponents, or making Kenichi do insane physical tasks until he breaks. He also uses weird medical treatments that are probably more painful than the injuries themselves. He's the type of guy who will explain the philosophical meaning of pain while making you do 1,000 squats. Higure is the only female master, and she's absolutely terrifying. She's silent, mysterious, and can make literally any object into a deadly weapon. A spoon, a towel, a piece of string. Her training for Kenichi involves impossible escape acts or turning everyday chores into death traps. She barely speaks, but her actions scream, "I will end you." She's obsessed with weapons and building things, often seen sharpening blades or crafting something lethal while sipping tea. Apachai is a giant of a man, the master of Muay Thai, and he's got a heart of gold, if that gold heart accidentally tries to crush your ribs. He's super innocent and childlike, loves animals, and genuinely wants to be Kenichi's friend. The problem? He has zero concept of his own strength. His training is basically Apachai trying to play with Kenichi, which usually results in Kenichi flying across the dojo or nearly getting KO'd. He's a big, lovable, accidental destroyer. Sakaki is the master of karate, and he's the most normal of the bunch, which isn't saying much. He's loud, hot-headed, loves a good street fight, and despises cheap tricks. His training is pure brutal combat. He teaches Kenichi how to take a hit, how to hit back, and how to fight with pure instinct. He's the gruff older brother type who'll insult you and then secretly make sure you don't actually die. He loves ramen almost as much as he loves fighting. Ma Kensei is the master of Chinese Kempo, and he's a pervert. A legendary martial artist, yes, but also a legendary pervert. He's always trying to peep on Miu or come up with sneaky roundabout ways to teach Kenichi a fighting move that usually involves Kenichi accidentally looking up skirts. He's hilarious in his constant failures and his absurd methods. Despite his creepy hobbies, he's incredibly powerful and surprisingly insightful when he actually tries to teach. Okay, so Kenichi trains like a maniac, but what happens when he actually has to use it? The fights in Kenichi are where this anime truly shines. It's not just about who hits harder. Every fight is a tactical battle. Kenichi uses what he learns from his 5 masters, switching styles, adapting, and finding weaknesses. You see actual martial arts principles at play. Leverage, momentum, dodging, feints, counterattacks. It's like watching a martial arts textbook come to life, but with more screaming. The opponents are also unique, each with their own fighting styles and motivations. From rival gangs to actual assassins, Kenichi faces off against a wild variety of fighters, and the anime doesn't shy away from showing injuries. People get hurt, badly. Every victory feels earned because you know how much Kenichi suffered to get there, and how close he often comes to losing. Kenichi isn't alone in this brutal world. He builds up a surprisingly cool crew around him. You've got Hermit, who starts off as his rival, but becomes his bro. He's got his own awesome journey of growth, proving that even talented fighters need heart. And then there's Kisara, the tough-as-nails female gang leader, who only fights women. She's strong, proud, and has a crazy flying kick. Her story with Kenichi is awesome, as she slowly starts to respect him. These characters aren't just there to fill space, they add layers to the world and show different paths within martial arts. Even the villains are often complex, with their own twisted ideals about strength. It's not just black and white, there are shades of grey and people trying to find their place in a world obsessed with power. Despite all the brutal training and intense fights, Kenichi is genuinely funny. The slapstick comedy, especially involving Kenichi getting beaten up by his masters, is gold. The masters themselves are walking punchlines with their bizarre habits and extreme personalities. But under all the laughs and pain, Kenichi has a huge heart. It's a story about finding a place where you belong, even if that place is a terrifying dojo full of weirdos. It's about friendship, loyalty, and standing up for what's right, even when you're scared shirtless. You'll laugh, you'll gasp, you'll cringe, and you'll probably shed a tear or two. It's not just a fighting anime, it's a story about a kid trying to find his inner strength and the crazy family that helps him get there. It's a comfort anime for some, a hype anime for others, and just pure fun for everyone. So why should you, a discerning anime connoisseur, drop everything and watch history's strongest disciple Kenichi? Because it's a unique blend of brutal martial arts action, laugh out loud comedy, and surprisingly deep character growth, because you'll get a crash course in different fighting styles without actually having to get punched in the face. It's the ultimate underdog story where the main character earns every inch of his progress. It's got insane masters, a badass waifu, and fights that are genuinely strategic and exciting. You'll sweat, you'll yell at your screen, and you'll probably think twice about picking a fight with anyone, ever. So go forth, my friends, dive into the wild, painful, and hilarious world of Shirahama Kenichi. Just don't try any of these training methods at home. You've been warned. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more anime shenanigans, and let me know in the comments what other martial arts anime gets your blood pumping. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and maybe, just maybe, don't try fighting a martial arts master. Peace.